Am I supposed to look into the camera?
Sweet.
I look at you.
Welcome. Please tell me your name and why are you here?
My name is Adam Lobel, and I'm a PhD candidate at the Radboud University in Nijmegen. And I'm here because I study the positive effects of video games, and what better place than this conference, I think, in all of the Netherlands to be.
To be, yeah. So you study this for how long? Did you?
I've been a PhD for about a year and a half now. I'm supervised by Rutger Engels and Isabel Granick, and we're located in Nijmegen.
Yeah. So what have you found in this year and a half?
Well, we've done some really exciting work. The first study that I did was working on trying to match the ways in which that people are aware of their stress during a video game with how it is that they deal with stress in everyday contexts. And from my first study, it seems that people that are better aware of their physiological changes, so the signs of stress in their body during a game, are going to be better at dealing with emotionally stressful situations in everyday contexts. Beyond that, we've started to look now at a longitudinal study of children across the Netherlands, trying to see what types of ways in which different games can be training them to persevere in the face of failure. But this is an ongoing project.
So the stress thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you come up with the finding. You come up with the findings you've done.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do with it then?
Yeah, it's a great question actually, because this conference is Games for Health Europe. It's a Games for Health conference, and here this is really a meeting point of academics and designers. And when you have a finding like this is exactly what you do. You try to find a designer that you're able to work through this idea. So currently we're working with some designers located in Los Angeles on a game that they began designing about the time that my study was being conducted. And now we're finishing up developing a game to try to train people how to deal with stress in the game context, and hopefully that will help them in everyday contexts. And we're working on testing it in schools and therapeutic settings here in the Netherlands.
Yeah. So this sounds like quite a process you have to go through.
Oh yeah.
So you come up with the idea and then you start checking if it's any good,
Yes.
and then you start trying to find someone who wants to build it into a game. So what sort of time frame do we look at?
Wow. Well, the PhD itself is a 4-year course, and that's my responsibilities are primarily research-based, and research in and of itself also takes a lot of time. It's hard to give a clear answer to your question because honestly, it depends so much on what exactly that you're going for. To design a game well, it can take anywhere between 6 months and 6 years. It depends on your goals. In our case, we were really fortunate that again, this was a game that was already in development, that had very clear ideas from the designers from the get-go. So for our collaborative process, we've been working with them very closely for the last 2 months or so, just putting in some important tweaks for the game, and it's going to be ready for a rollout. So in that project, it was just a number of months, but it typically takes a lot longer.
A lot longer, yeah. So what was your original study?
So I did my master's. I did my background is psychology.
Psychology.
Yeah, so I'm a psychology researcher. The department I work at is pedagogiek in Dutch. But my background is psychology, and I did a research master's at the University of Amsterdam, and there I did research about mostly I was dealt with emotions, social emotions in particular.
And why use all your knowledge and everything you learned in this field, in the Games for Health, the serious games field?
I don't know. I guess it just speaks to me. I mean, I definitely when I found out about the PhD position, which I'm occupying now, this was just a dream position for me. Having played a lot of video games when I was younger, and for me, it definitely I felt very positively influenced by a lot of the games that I had played. So when I found a way to include my academic pursuits, which I had cultivated during my research masters, totally focused on research, and sort of like this hobby and this part of my identity, this was a no-brainer. And I'm very lucky to be working in a department and working with people that are really interested in positive development. So yeah, so here I am.
And outside of this school setting, do people when they hear what you do they take it seriously? Do they think?
I get mixed reactions. Most people my age are like, "Oh, that's so cool," you know. I wish. But I of course get mixed reactions. Some people think it's kind of odd or silly. Academia in general can also, just saying you're a PhD student, also a lot of people don't have a clear idea of what that necessarily is, or they have so. Oh, you're a student, right? Well, no, I'm working at a university. Oh, okay, yeah. So you study all the time? Yeah, I do. Yes. So. And then on top of it, my topic, yes, I get very mixed reactions, mostly positive, but some people just think like, yeah, all right, whatever.
What do you feel are the big trends in serious gaming at the moment?
Well, right now people are talking about scalability, so really trying to make sure that your game can be really, down to scale, that you can really distributed properly. But the other real big buzzword, and the reason why this conference I think is sold out, is validity, validation. There's basically, I think games for health in general has just become a very flooded market, and now sort of one of the metrics of trying to differentiate the good games from the bad games isn't just how many sales you have and how many stars you have on the App Store, but okay, is this game really working? And this is a theme that was extremely prominent last year. Maybe this was something that you discussed last year. And just already from this morning, I already see that this is really, if anything, bigger this year than even it was last year. People are really talking about validation.
So is that the reason why a lot of why universities come in, because they can set up these...
Oh, it's definitely very encouraging for people like me. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, myself and my department, our specialization is in validating things, and this is what we do. We have the connections, we have the manpower. It's and when you work with an academic setting, of course, it's also much cheaper. We're a completely non-profit organization, and much of our manpower is. Students who are just trying to learn and grow in their knowledge. So, it's definitely one of the reasons why I come here, because you never know what sort of game will pique your interest and think, okay, I'd be interested in, seeing how to validate that. Absolutely.
I don't hear you say the word money. Isn't that an issue?
Money is always an issue. I mean, it depends on what you're doing.
Because you're a student, not a student, because you're working.
Sorry. It's fine. It's fine, but that's exactly what happens. That's
because you work at the university.
Yes. Well, I'm in a fixed track. So for me right now, I just think about my research. I don't think about, and I'm only a year and a half in, so I still have some time.
Yeah.
Where essentially. If I do well in my project, then I can start thinking of ways of earning money. If I really prove myself as an expert. Right now I'm in the phase of proving myself. Where is money an issue? Well, money is an issue when you have supervisors that want to start designing video games. And that's my situation. So, for us, it's a challenge when you want to design a game, and this is something that requires a lot of funding. Then, that's a challenge. It's a challenge for everybody here.
Thinking about this university and opposed to gaming companies, people who build games for a living, aren't they better equipped to get it out there, to sell it, to put it on the market than universities?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes. I mean, the divide between the academic and the business is it's a tremendous divide. We unfortunately very much so live in very separate worlds. I feel very fortunate that I get to not in my typical everyday context of work, but for a lot of my work involves me being sort of on that line in between them. I feel really lucky. I get to glance at both of them. But there's certainly things that commercial and video game companies are better equipped at than universities. The point is that universities are better equipped at other things. So it's and that's exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other. If I could go back to your other question, where you asked what's sort of the big thing. At least, perhaps I'm just biased and it's just from my perspective. But I definitely think that, partnerships of this nature, academic and game design nature, is also a really big thing as well.
Worlds coming together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. When are you a happy man when you leave this conference?
Well, I gave a presentation today, so I'm already a happy man. I got that off my chest. I relieved that pressure. When am I a happy man? I remember last year we just made some wonderful connections, and you really never know where they take you. And we've had some wonderful experiences with, it's a select few people that we met last year, and that's when you're happy. When the day ends and you've suddenly met somebody that you want to spend dinner with, and you never knew them before, and there you are, discussing business and pleasure, and it just clicks, and it's nice. That's the best part of these conferences for me.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.